Hey there, what's happening, folks? Welcome back to my eBay office. It's Monday evening. I just went to Goodwill and I picked up a bunch of 75% off items. Actually, I only spent $15. I got a good handful of stuff. Some Nike items. Found an Express suit jacket that's really nice. Paid less than $3 for that. So that might get like close to 40 or 50. They do kind of take a long time to sell. But hey, we'll see what happens. So we got 3 items going out tonight on eBay. I've got a total of $40.94. My total cost of goods into these are about $4, so it's not too bad. A little bit slower than what I was used to last week and this past weekend. I think I'm going to restart my sale that I had because my sale went off on the 12th. And I think I'm just going to kind of do a rolling 5-day, 7-day sale on a lot of my clothing items. And I kind of just figured that I normally, if somebody's watching an item, when I send out offers, I usually send out an offer for 10 to 15% off anyway on everything that I have listed. So I just do a sale for somewhere around 10% off or something. And then whenever I see that they're watching, I'll just send them another offer for like 5%. That's my mentality. But that's what I was kind of doing last week. And I take a lot of offers, guys, on my eBay stuff. And I make a lot of offers too. Like I'm in this to get the flip, so I don't have a problem with selling something between $10 and $12, knowing that I'm going to take home $9 to $11 profit on some of these items. So totally okay with that. All right, but before we get into pulling some orders, one of my past videos, I did a kind of a thing on the photo room app that I use for whenever I remove the background from my photos, and you can do a lot of different stuff with it. In that video, I showed how you can have a AI model. You can take a picture of your shirt or pants or whatever and have an AI model wear your item, which I thought was just really freaking cool. But then they just added something else to the app, and you only get about 10 or 15 uses, somewhere around 10 uses. I don't remember how much it was. They limit the amount of uses you get to use this new item on their app. But it's called a ghost mannequin. And if you guys can see some of these photo room commercials, they kind of show like how people taking pictures of when they're selling stuff online and they're kind of awkwardly doing it, but then they show the picture standing up. So ghost mannequin, I'll put it up here. So here's like a picture of an item that's just a normal item that I take with it laying flat, and that's how most of my pictures are. And then you can have it do the ghost mannequin thing, and look how cool that looks. Like that just looks like somebody's wearing it, and it's just crazy how it can just pull it up like that and just make it look more full, more kind of natural look to it. But I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I just think the photo room app is really cool. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, although I could be if they wanted to hit me up. But it's just cool. I always tell you guys if I like something, and I always tell you if it sucks too. So, but photo room app, it is. You do have to. I use it so much, and I do pay for it. And there is a subscription cost to it, but again, it's so nice and I use it so often that I kind of feel like it's worth its money. So, all right, let's pull some orders. Okay, first item going out is a Philips Go Gear MP3 players right up here. And this was in that camera bundle that I had. And this is obviously vintage, but this was probably around when the original iPod came out and like took over the market for MP3 players. But really nobody uses MP3 players anymore because you can use your phone. But it's pretty cool. I did test it. I was able to plug it in, test it and everything, and it works. And there are songs on here, and I didn't bother removing them. So whoever's getting this is getting a boatload of songs also. But I would have probably $2 into this, maybe even less than that, because I don't know if I figured that into my cost whenever I bought everything. But anyway, this sold for $13.95 plus shipping. Then on D2, I just listed this, picked it up this past weekend. It was a PC game for Windows PC, Unreal Tournament. So this is kind of have a pretty good following. As you can see, it's from Epic Games. Epic Games is really popular now with like Fortnite and that kind of thing. So, but this is an old game, and the jewel case is actually kind of broken, but it's a 2-disc game. I paid $1 for this. This sold for $8 plus shipping. And I sold an N64 game out of the Double D. In here somewhere. There it is. So picked this up at a yard sale for $1, and this sold on eBay for $18.99 plus shipping. Hey there, what's up, folks? Welcome back to my eBay office. We're here Tuesday evening. Only 5 sales going out today. I've got 1 on Poshmark, 4 on eBay. My total gross sales are $42.09. My cost of goods into these items are $8. So yeah, coming off a pretty good weekend. It's a little slow, so I'm hoping it's going to ramp up here towards the end, but we'll get into it in just a second. I just went on eBay to check my subscriber discounts. If you guys run an eBay store, I've mentioned this in the past, once a quarter, so once every 4 months or once every 3 months, you get a coupon from eBay to use on eBay branded shipping supplies. So you do that by going into like my eBay, go into, I think it's, well, I'll look right now. You go to my eBay and then you go to store and then scroll down to subscriber discounts. So that's what it is. And then there you'll see a little thing and it has a coupon code and you can copy the coupon code. And for my store, because of the amount of items that I have, it's $25. I think they give you more if you have like a ton of listings. You might get like $50. I think I've heard some eBay resellers that do. They have like a bunch of stuff in their store. They might get more than $25. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it's $100 a year, free money that eBay's giving you, and you may as well spend it on the eBay stuff. So I always get something that I always like run out of or that I need. I just bought a bunch of poly mailers, so I don't need those, but I do need the padded poly mailers, and I don't have any of those right now. I know I had some when I left the storage unit, so I don't know if I accidentally threw them away or what happened to them, but so yeah, I ordered some of those. So for 100 at regular price, they're like $44, and so my $25 off, I ended up paying like $22 for 100 of them. So still puts them at like 22 cents a piece, which is still, I don't know, a little high for my liking. But again, it's like I need them anyway. I'm going to use them. So what the heck? All right, let's go ahead and pull some orders. Okay, let's do the Poshmark one first. Going out of Tote U is a pair of red limited jeans. This is probably them there. Yep, I would say so. Make sure there's no other red jeans in here. I think we're good. Let's see. Uh-oh, I've got 2. Gotta look up, see which one it is. I'm glad I looked. I looked them up here. Yeah, they were the other ones, the second ones that I pulled. So, but I got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $13 plus shipping on Poshmark. Sold a pair of women's shorts out of Q. Gosh, I never know which side to go on. Get this out of the way. I think these are them. These are Avia brand. I thought Avia was like a better brand, but it's actually like a Walmart brand. But anyways, I picked these up at Goodwill a little over $1. They sold for $7 plus shipping. Then I sold that Sega World Series 95 baseball game. And I knew I probably shouldn't have picked these up. It's just so hard for me to resist them. So I like selling stuff like this. Had the box, the booklet and everything. They wanted $2 for this. This only sold for $5 plus shipping. Then out of T, I've got some Nike shorts. Whoa. Women's Nike shorts. These are them here. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1, and these sold for $8.09 plus shipping. Okay, then back over in Tote Q, I sold a camo t-shirt. I think this is it right here. Real Tree camo t-shirt. Got this at Goodwill. A little over $1. Sold for $9 plus shipping. What's happening, folks? We're here Wednesday evening. We got 4 orders going out on eBay. $46.48 is my gross sales. My cost of goods are $5. First item is a pair of shorts. These are women's shorts. Still selling women's shorts. These are some, they said Klein Designs, and I thought it was maybe Calvin Klein, but it's not. It's just some brand I never heard of. And they've got this Roman numerals on it. But hey, somebody bought them. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. They sold for $5 plus shipping. Out of B, I've got a pair of Levi's, women's Levi's jeans. This is them. Still selling women's Levi's jeans too, and I always look for this Denizen. I don't know what it is about those, but they sell. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $13.49 plus shipping. Sold that Packers hoodie. I just kind of showed, it might have been this video, that fancy picture with the ghost mannequin. Maybe it helped it sell. I don't know. But here it is. We got the Packers hoodie. Pretty nice hoodie. I always pick up NFL stuff if it's officially licensed. Pretty much. I mean, it always does pretty good. Got this at Goodwill for a little over $1. Sold for $13.49 plus shipping. And then I have a old record. And I got this in a bulk deal a couple years ago. And I just listed it. When did I list this? I don't remember. But this is a vintage record, obviously. It has to do with the events that happened around the Kennedy assassination. 4 days that shocked the world. Pretty nice looking record, actually. It's got a lot of cool information, some pictures and that kind of stuff. Nice little piece of history here. Look at that. Man, such a weird thing, I guess, looking back at this. But look how much it cost back in the day, 22 cents. There you go. Pretty cool little piece here. This sold for $14.50 plus shipping. Hey there, what's happening, folks? Joe here. Welcome back to my eBay office. So we're at Thursday evening. Guys, it's been a slow sales week this week. So I'm hoping it's just kind of the slowdown maybe before the Q4 kind of thing. But yeah, it's been kind of slow. I mean, I did put my sale back on my store. I started a sale again on Depop. Just hoping to drum up some sales, but I only have 2 orders going out today. So it's just the way it goes. So the good thing is about whenever I have a slow sales week, almost every time I have a really good weekend. So I would love to have consistently sales, really good sales all throughout the week, but oh well, this is the way it goes. So when this happens, guys, sometimes, like I said, you got to put a sale on your store, adjust some of your prices, make some changes to your eBay your eBay items. Like you want to just change some pictures up. You want to make sure your shipping's right. Sometimes I'll go through and like the items that have a lot of watchers on, I'll drop the prices on those. Run random sales on different kinds of stuff. Like I run a sale on action figures, run a sale on clothes. So that kind of stuff helps. So I just did my sale a day and a half ago. So hopefully it'll kick in and we'll drum up some sales. But that's all we can do is try. Let's go and pull some orders. Okay, out of tote B, I have a Nike coat. It's actually a new coat. Man, I've had this for a little while. I got it at Kohl's a long time ago. Actually, it is. It's a really nice coat. It's new with tags. Got it at Kohl's whenever they were doing their huge clearance sales, and I got this really cheap, like under $5. But you can see it in the picture whenever I pop it up here. But this sold for $15 plus shipping. Then out of tote W, I've got some Wrangler workwear, like thermal underwear, maybe you could call it. I don't know. Got this at Goodwill for a little over $1, and this sold for $9.88 plus shipping. And the grind never stops. So we are here Friday evening, and I'm here late. It's 8:22 p.m. And I really didn't feel like coming out here. You know how you just have those nights, but I could have waited till tomorrow to pull these orders, but I like to go ahead and pull my Friday night orders and get them to the post office on Saturday. Technically, I don't have to have these shipped out until Monday, but I like going ahead and doing that. And then I remembered that my YouTube video that I've been working on for this week, I didn't ever really film like a closing one, so I kind of needed to come out here and film tonight and show you guys what I sold and, you know, make sure I leave on a good note. So don't you guys feel special? I'm literally here for you guys, but I'm being facetious, obviously. So, I mean, like I said, I'm here late. Went out to dinner with the family. Well, my wife and one of my kids. I have 3 kids. One of them's at work. One of them's with her boyfriend. And so my youngest, of course, he's like, yeah, I'll go out to eat with you. So we decided for Olive Garden. I haven't been to Olive Garden in probably 2 or 3 years. Not any particular reason. We just don't really pick that place to eat a lot. I'm a pretty good cook, so if I'm cooking pasta, we just eat it at home. So we don't really go out for pasta. But it was a nice little change for pace. They had that never-ending pasta bowl going on. Never had it before, but I'll be honest, that's a pretty good value. And you guys know how I love a good deal. It's like $13.99 for never-ending pasta. You get all of the salad and breadsticks that you basically want. They start you out with like your normal size portion, whatever you pick of their choices for your build your own pasta kind of thing. And then if you want to get more pasta after that, it's like a tiny bowl. It's like that. Like it's not very much. But I end up like doing that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm full, but I'm going to take one home, and I got lunch for tomorrow for $13.99. If you get to like an extra protein, it's an extra $5. Still for under $20. I've got my meal, and I got a meal for tomorrow. You can't beat it, right? And I'm not affiliated with Olive Garden at all, but I could be. So anyway, let's get going here. So I sold a total of 4 items tonight. I've got 3 on eBay, 4 on Mercari. I've had like $40 or something around there in sales like the past like 3 nights or something like that. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But like I said, usually if there's a slow week, I usually have a good weekend. So we'll see what happens. But total gross sales tonight are $47. And my cost of goods into these are about $5. So let's go ahead and pull some orders. Okay, first item going out is an in, and it's a Miami Dolphins winter cap or beanie, however you want to say it. There it is. And this is another one of those items where I didn't look at it very good because you see how discolored it is. But it is 2-time Super Bowl champions beanie. I mean, it's actually pretty nice. It's just kind of discolored, but anyway, got this at Goodwill for a little over $1, and this sold for $8 plus shipping. Next item, I just listed this stuff yesterday, and I forgot to put them in an inventory spot, but I sold this already. These voice recorder guys, I just sold an Olympia one not too long ago. This one takes a tape, and I sold this as untested because I couldn't really test it very well, and not really sure if it works, so it's kind of being sold as parts only. But this sold in like less than 24 hours. So I got this at a yard sale for like 50 cents. This sold for $12 plus shipping. And out of file cabinet number 3, we have some Ralph Lauren jeans. This is it. The LRL, the Ralph Lauren, anything of those, they pretty much sell. Like that's a good brand to look out for, guys. So make sure you're picking those up. This is a nice pair of jeans here. I got this at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $17 plus shipping. Then out of tote P, I have some jeans. These I sold on Mercari. So these sold on Mercari. Levi's, women's Levi's jeans. I mean, I pick them up always if I see them in men's, but I can never find them when they're on sale. But I always find the women's ones on sale. So I picked these up for a little over $1. These sold for $10 plus shipping. All right, let's do a little bit of packing. Haven't done this in a little bit. Get these things squared away. I got my new lights here. So that's kind of helpful. Put this guy in a bag. So I'm supposed to get some rain tomorrow. But I know there's some yard sales in the area. So if all goes well, I will still be able to get some yard sailing done. So that's hopeful. If you guys are on TikTok at all, I'm trying to post more regular to my TikTok account also. It's not so slim picking, same as my YouTube. But if you're on TikTok, go ahead and look me up. Give me a follow over there too. I've been at just under 7,500 followers now for a while. It'd be cool to get over 10,000 because then I could start maybe getting monetized over there. So that would be sweet. This is going to Wisconsin. We're at 10, 10 to... Pretty much, I mean, I post a little bit of stuff, so maybe some motivational stuff. Maybe just kind of been posting like my daily sales. So I know you guys see that if you're watching on YouTube, but you can kind of get a quick update on TikTok as well. Sometimes I put together little short videos kind of showing something that I sold or something cool that I picked up. Which ones are these? So the Levi's. It's going to be 1.1. This is 1011, 3. And Levi's are going to Illinois. Got the Lauren, Ralph Lauren. So the good thing though, if there is bad weather, I mean, as long as it's not too bad, that could deter other people from going to the sales, and maybe I'll find some good stuff. It's possible. 1.6. We got 12, 10, 3, 1.6, 12, 10, 3. These are going to Michigan. Yeah, I can't believe I sold this so quick. I need to try to figure out a way to get my bubble wrap closer to me. I'm going to just bubble wrap this up. Now, I can't believe this sold as quick as it did. These things do sell pretty quick. If you guys haven't seen, these are my stickers. Your purchase keeps my dream alive. Sure does. Sure does, folks. And my bubble mailers came in. Yay. These are one of my favorites. I've got to always try to keep these on hands. It's like if you just don't want to put it in a box, but you still need protection, these are pretty nice. I don't think I need some tape on there, but I'm nervous about it, so I'm going to. 6 ounces, 8, 9, 3. 6 ounces, 8, 9, 3. This is going to California. Shipping's done. And I went through all that trouble to make sure I got there on a Friday night late, and then I still forgot to record an outro. So here it is, guys. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. That really does help me out. I appreciate it. And if you ever have any questions or comments, you can leave them in a video. But appreciate you coming out. We'll see you guys soon.